So today we will be discussing the first one is average true range. It's also a very famous indicator, but not being used by much of people. But still, it needs to be learned because it's the most important part which explains. The most important part in this stock market is your stop loss because loss is fixed. You know what maximum loss you can bear. Okay, so today we'll be moving to ATR, average true range. That is average true range. It's extremely easy, no complications in knowing how to trade or not how to actually what is the setup. It's extremely easy, but the formula might be a little complicated, but still as committed we'll be first going through the calculations, then I will tell you how to trade using that. ATR is basically developed by the same person, Wilder. We have already read 2 to 3 indicators developed by Wilder. ATR is an indicator which again recognizes volatility. It is a volatility indicator. This indicator is most commonly used to place stop loss. This is what exactly I was telling when I started this class. So that is why it is very important for me, even for more traders. The stop loss. It tells how to place your stop loss. ATR is something, the major thing in ATR is, just note down one thing. ATR, when you will see ATR, the very major thing which it does, alerts. It alerts the user. So something which alerts an user is definitely will be telling you that yes, this is the position where you need to change your strategy, can be said, or you need to change your position. If you are long, then please close your position. If you are short, then please go for a long position. So now let's see. Actually again, as said, ATR is a volatility indicator. So coming to volatility, if traders are fearful, if you are seeing traders are fearful in the market, how can you indicate yes, traders are fearful? From volatility. If volatility is high, then you can guess that traders are fearful. Sorry, this volatility spelling is wrong, but let's manage with that. Then again, if what is the normal behavior of trader? When can we say that yes, the behavior of traders are normal? When the volatility is low. So coming to the calculation of ATR, I will directly switch to the formula of ATR. Then after giving the formula, I will derive how it is being done. So actually the calculation is new ATR. I will tell exactly why I am writing new ATR. It is just because the formula is prior ATR into 13, which is being added to true range. Not to worry, I will be telling what true range is, and the whole is being divided by a 14 period. Again, this is a default period which is being taken, that is 14 period, and it normally works in 14 period. Now a obvious question arises, what is true range? What exactly is true range? A true range is of three types. One is current high minus current low. Let me write in short. And the second one is current high minus previous close, and the third one is current low minus previous close. So as we are into technical analysis and we prefer charts, so let me explain the form of a candlestick, what exactly a true range is. So suppose there can be three types of true range. The first one is, suppose this is a candle, it traded from, it opened here, close, high and low. So the true range is the total, this portion is the true range. If you are thinking for a single candle, it's the total range. But what if a question arises, what if a stock opens gap up? How can we calculate the true range in that? In that case, suppose this is a candle, and please think this is a black candle or a red candle, and this is another candle, and this one is a green candle. So in this case, the true range would be the high of this candle and the close of this candle. This is the true range in case of gap up. In case of gap down, it's exactly the opposite. Suppose this is the candle and the stock gap down to this level. So again, the true range is this portion and this. And I have mentioned that in also in language form, that is current high minus current low. The second one is current high minus previous close, and the third one is current low minus previous close. Now, as per calculation, it can be easily predicted that ATR takes two things into consideration. The first one is range of candle or open and close. So according to the calculation of ATR, we can easily see that it takes two things into consideration. The first one is range of candle. We saw that what is the range of candle from open to close. And the second thing is time frame of 14 days is also being considered. It's not like we are trading, we are seeing for single day or 2 days, 3 days. A time frame of 14 days, last 14 days candles are taken into consideration for calculation of ATR. So let me write it, it's time frame for 14 days. Now coming to the strategy of SL, how we will be putting the SL, why ATR is used actually for placing your SLs. Now before moving to that, let me tell you something about stop loss. What problem actually arises while placing a stop loss for normal traders? What I have seen is there are two kinds of problem which arises when we are placing a stop loss. The first one is the time frame. What problem a time frame can be? Suppose I am a day trader. I'll be buying today and selling today itself. I can't wait for tomorrow. So my SL cannot be like 100 points SL, 50 points SL. I am a day trader. Just enter a position and close just after 10 to 15 minutes. So time frames is the problem which arises. When I am seeing a chart of 5 minutes, I cannot place my SL down till 25 points, 30 points. I will be placing my SL max to 5 points. And in the similar way to upward also, when I'm sorting, if I'm seeing at all a hourly chart, then my SL would be around 25 to 30 points. If I have a trade which I am in for keeping around 1 month, so my SL would be definitely more. So this is the problem which arises in time in placing SL. The first problem is time frame. You can see how ATR is actually seeing all these problems, taking consideration in these problems and built up a formula. And the second problem is volatility. Suppose a stock is in momentum. As I said, if this is the candle and this is the volatility, suppose consider this as 100 points. If in single hour it moved 100 point, then as per rule you cannot place your SL down to this level. Being a day trader, you cannot. If in an hourly chart you are seeing that this big candle is formed and you need to place your SL to as low as to the candle's low, it's practically not possible. You can lose your capital also. So ATR takes volatility into consideration of 14 period, last 14 candles, and same in case of time frame also. As per the formula which I have said, it takes the true range, that is the open and close of candles, and a period of 14. So two things which actually creates problem while placing a SL is being considered by ATR and giving us a very considerable formula which is ATR. So coming to let me show you how ATR actually works. Now you can see this chart. It's a Balkrishna industry. You might have been seeing this. It was in continuously moving upward trend. Now I have already placed this one. You can go to any of your charting softwares, any of your trading terminals. In studies, you could find ATR. ATR nothing is there. It's only a 14 period is their default, and it works actually nicely in 14 period also. So let me tell you what exactly ATR tells. Now ATR is not something which gives you a trading signal. It doesn't tell you to buy or sell. It tells you which actually towards which point you need to place your SL. Be it your buy trade or sell trade, it tells you the point to keep SL after calculating to how much point you can keep your SL. One problem is, okay, suppose let me tell you you are onto buying for this during this candle. So you will be thinking what should be my SL while I am bullish from this range and I need to buy. So what should be my SL? It's a 30-minute charts of Balkrishna industry, and exactly at this level ATR is 26.58. Because this stock is almost trading at a level of 2000 and 2075, ATR tells you a range of 26.34. So your SL for a buy order, please note down this one, your SL for a buy order would be your order price minus 26 points. It consider 14 period, it consider the volatility, and after that it is showing. And you can see how it is being changing. Being checking in a 30-minute chart, it is showing that ATR, your stop loss should be 26.34. Let me change the time frame and show you. It's a daily chart. If you are supposed to doji being formed at this level, okay, if you are checking if you are trying to trade at this level, see the ATR. The ATR is telling it's 86 USL. If you're at all seeing a day trading, a daily chart, you cannot be a trader for intraday. You are definitely there to keep your stock for at least 1 or 2 weeks. So your SL for this particular stock and this particular time frame is 86. So how to place this SL? That is, when you are buying, please note down these two formulas. When you are buying, it is order price minus, suppose this one is 86 minus 86. If you are onto selling, it is order price plus 86. So it's almost clear how to place this one. Another rule to mention, as ATR is being known by most of the people in the market, what exactly happens is you might be facing a hit and go case. Your SL might hit and then again it starts reversing. So what I have found is, if you are going for a day trading daily chart, what you should do is at least increase your SL or decrease your SL, not decrease, at least increase your SL by 5 to 6 points. Normally in an intraday, what I do is I take the ATR and add 2 to 3 points. But if you are trading in daily, normally if you are looking after a daily chart, you do not need to place your SL because that order would be cancelled next day. So every day you come and trade and place your SL. So in daily chart, according to that, you need to place. For intraday, I can suggest max, after calculating ATR, you can max add to 2 to 3 points. That is actually that works. Otherwise, it can be a case of hit and go. This is what the work of ATR is. And I'm continuously receiving what exactly the strategy being taken by us, what strategies we use at Stock Supervision. These all would be explained when all these fundamental classes would be covered. So from a particular indicator, we cannot say that this is the strategy which we consider. But as I said right now, even while going through every indicators, I also say that what exactly is being done here. So here, what exactly we do is we place 2 to 3 points addition to that. So this is what exactly ATR is all about. Let's move to the next indicator. This is also a very widely used indicator, a common indicator, that is CCI. So I think everyone might have noted the formula of ATR. We'll be preparing a PDF with all these indicators, formulas, and I will be sending after completion of all the indicators. Now coming to CCI. CCI is an indicator. Everyone might be knowing the full form. It's Commodity Channel Index. As per the name, it's not like it's being used in commodity only. So it's Commodity Channel Index. It's being developed by exactly do not remember the full name. Lambert is the developer of this indicator. It's again an oscillator. Now coming to the formula, what CCI tells. Let me write down the formula. CCI is equal to typical price. It's also a very complicated formula. Typical price, which is being subtracted with n periods. N period in the sense n period SMA. First we will take typical price, then n period SMA of again same typical price, which is being divided by 0.015 into mean deviation. I don't want to go deep into these formulas because we need to again know what is mean deviation. We all have read in our school days about mean deviation, and this one 0.015 can be changed, but it's again as per formula it's being kept default. So what exactly CCI does, it takes company's current price, I mean to say shares current price, to an average price over a period of time. Again, it is current price, a comparison between current price and average price over a period of time. CCI is normally being again the same thing as stochastics and RSI does. CCI is also used to see overbought and oversold region. There are few extra things which you could get in CCI. I'll be telling that how to trade using CCI. So let me open a chart where I can say how to trade using a CCI. Suppose, see, I have already opened this one. This is a chart of Kotak Bank, and I have given here the CCI indicator. Now, as said, it again says, tells you about the overbought and oversold region. Just a minute. So here, is my screen visible? Okay, okay, fine. Uh, let's see. Again, it's same. Above 100 is the overbought region, and below 100, it's minus 100, is the oversold region. So you can clearly see at this, let's see this point, this point, this point, and this point. You can see matching to this label, CCI is also showing overbought. Here also it's showing overbought. Here also it's showing overbought, and even here. So CCI working in this case, when it says it's overbought, the stock starts moving downward. Again, here also the stock started moving downward. At this point also the stock started moving downward, and here also. But one thing to mention is CCI can be traded in another way apart from overbought and oversold. CCI is actually looked when to consider a CCI. See this, please focus on this label, exactly this, not this volume but this one, the CCI portion. So what exactly traders do, they do not trade while the CCI is moving at this overbought region. This can be a fake signal, or in a continuous momentum stock it actually looks in the similar way as stochastics and RSI gives fake signals. So what exactly traders do is, when there is a, this is the upward movement, and when there is a start of curve towards down, at this is the position which suggests that there might be a downfall, there might be a reversal. So at this point exactly a trade is being taken. You can see every person, when there is a downfall being started, the CCI also makes a curve. So here also there was a downfall. So for pro traders who trades for 10-15 points, this is actually very useful. So this is how CCI is being traded. You can use CCI with a few, like CCI can be used with single candlestick patterns. If a candlestick is telling something, then CCI is also there. See here also there is a curve. CCI is also being traded for crossovers, this middle points, where again you can find that it crossed this middle point and started to moving upward. So here a crossover is formed for a upward trend. Again it can be traded for a crossover. Three different ways to trade using CCIs. One is the curve, these curves which I was telling, after the curve being formed. The other is the overbought and oversold region. The first one, let me tell you, it's overbought and oversold region. Here the risk is more and reward is also more. And the second one is looking to the curve. Here what exactly happens is, after being reversed, after being stock being reversed towards a particular label, you are taking the trade. And the third one is the crossover, which is actually very less riskier, but again the same thing is, you might not gain much points by trading these crossovers. So CCI is almost over. Actually CCI, I could have explained it, the calculations behind that. If we will be moving to medians, then it would take. CCI's time frame, which I would suggest if you are trading in intraday, then it's better to use CCI. Time frame in the sense, you can go for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Very nice trading signals being formed. Because if you're taking for a longer period, if it's a momentum stock, then you might stock into the wrong position. But you can use Monday itself, you can use CCI and trade. But please, to mention you, it's not recommended to trade only using a single indicator, but I can suggest, yes, you can go for and look how it's exactly being worked. So for that, please keep your targets and stop losses to very minimal level. You should not keep your target to a higher level. Get your target for 2 to 3 points, take your profit and stop the position, or can cut the position. I will also do one thing. I will place a trade with taking 5 to 10 stocks with CCI, and I will post that Monday itself. It's how it's being working. But for that, I cannot suggest Zerodha or any trading platform which do not have actually the real time in the sense, there are fluctuations. Uh, Mostly people use desktop trading platforms like softwares which tells you where actually the movement is. I have found also there is difference between Zerodha and few trading platforms, but not an issue. You can use this one. Let's use these indicators and Monday we'll be posting charts. So what exactly happened after using these indicators in our trading, so that it would be useful. The next one is, as CCI, I think it's almost over. Nothing more in that, because we discussed how to trade using CCI. As the calculation part is too much complicated, I'm not going into that. The next is Bollinger Band. It's again a very popular indicator. It's Bollinger Band. As per the name itself, Bollinger Band is developed by a guy named Bollinger, is the developer of this band. But what exactly people, those who are completely depending on price action, chat patterns, this Bollinger Band destroys the look of the chart. It's too much complicated. It looks like, what happened to my chart? Why it's looking so much complicated? But again, Bollinger Band is also very effective trading tool. I normally use, you can note down, it's my personal strategy. I normally use Bollinger Band for breakouts, confirmation of breakouts with chat patterns. Gives extremely clear signals. If your chart is saying that there is a breakout, please place your Bollinger Band into that. You can see. And Bollinger Band, to be more specific into uh, exactly where to use Bollinger Band, that is when the stock is in trading range, not trending, it's in trading range, range bound stocks. It gives extreme signals. So let's come into the formula. Bollinger Band, there are three things in Bollinger Band. Before moving, let me show you. This is where I have applied Bollinger Band to, again, Balkrishna Industry. There are three lines you can see: upper band, lower band, and middle band. This is the portion of Bollinger Band. Now let's take the first one. This is the middle band, which is 20 SMA. It is simple moving average. So there might be a question like why a 20 SMA is taken. It's just because taking 20 SMA is what is being suggested is best for checking volatility, because volatility is normally being best measured in lesser time frame. You cannot take a time frame of 100 days and check your volatility. There would be large changes in the price. So the first one is 20 SMA, that is simple moving average, that is the middle band. The second one is, no, by default it's SMA. You cannot change the function. The second one is the upper band, which is again 20 plus. This 20 is the middle one which we have taken. It's 20 plus a standard deviation is taken. The default standard deviation which you could find in your trading terminal is 2, but it can be changed. It can be 1, 2, 3, but again the default works. And the third one is 20 minus the standard deviation, that is again a 2 period standard deviation. This is what Bollinger Band is all about. And now let's see how to trade using Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands have many different trading styles. Let me first explain what exactly I like about Bollinger Band. It's not like alone Bollinger Band can give you something, some trading signals, but Bollinger Band with chat patterns are like very much effective. Please, just a minute. Yeah, default setting is advisable. Okay, now Bollinger Band. Please focus in this range. The stock was continuously trading for a price band of almost 100 points. Think from almost July to, that is July 2015 to almost July 2016. So this is the, see what is the difference. Almost the stock traded only for 100 points for the whole year. So what we exactly call this one in trading language, this one, this band, this trading range is being said as BB squeeze, Bollinger Band squeeze. When you will find this BB squeeze, then you can expect a breakout very soon. BB squeeze is something which looks like a funnel. You can see here, it looks like a funnel. So when, let me clear this one, I will explain. When you will see that the Bollinger Band's upper band is being broken, a normal trader cannot trade, cannot take a trade at this level because it's not breaking the upper band of Bollinger Band. So again, why I said it should be confirmed with a chat pattern or a candlestick. So it was almost making a range, but what happened from here, it was continuously moving above the 20 days SMA. The breakout happened from here, but being like we are not that much of risk takers, so we cannot place our trade at this level. What exactly we can wait, what exactly our trade can be at this candle, the big candle. It is not like this candle is being formed in 1 minute or 2 minutes. This candle is almost formed in a month. So you can see, if you will be switching to a daily chart, you will be finding this candle is being formed in small pieces. So this is exactly the entering position. Again, I'm saying it cannot be entered by every traders at this level, but if at all you entered at this level, as this is a monthly chart, it is showing like this. If you entered at this level, again you will be panicking at this level when it touches the SMA. But your SL in case of Bollinger Band should not be when the stock is trading above the 20 SMA. You should keep your SL below this. But see what happened in this level is a small shadow, not a small shadow, a big shadow is being formed, and it could be a case again a case of hit and go. But if at all you are trading with Bollinger Band breakout, then it's being suggested not to keep SL, because breakouts are never to be traded with SLs. Breakouts can give you lots of money. It's almost a game of, see, this is you can exactly see towards what level this stock moved today. I think Balkrishna Industry is almost trading at a range of 2079, and it moved to 2239. So keeping this one, if someone took a trade from 1000, it's almost a gain of 1000 points. This is what breakout is all about. Why people say to trade breakouts? We do not need to sit in front of your terminal day in day out. But if you're trading for breakouts, you can gain extreme amount of profits with keeping your SLs, trailing stop losses. So this is the first thing which Bollinger Band suggests. That is Bollinger Band. You can note down Bollinger Band squeeze, and this one is after the Bollinger Band squeeze is being formed. This range is being said as Bollinger Band, in trading language, Bollinger Band expansion. This is where Bollinger Band expanded to this level. So this is the first way. Actually, what Bollinger Band tells you is, Bollinger Band tells you the absolute strength of any script. Now, the second type of trading cannot be explained in this chart. Let's actually I haven't just a minute. Let me just to note down. You can till the time I'm finding a chart to show the two types of trading which can be done with Bollinger Band. You can note down the second trading can be with W and M pattern, which is being formed in the band itself. It's not a chat pattern I'm talking about. It's the candlestick pattern inside a band itself. It's very effective at W and M pattern. Let's take this one as hourly chart. Again, there is less movement in hourly chart. Okay, anyways, we will try and find a W and M pattern. One more thing, again, the third type of trading with Bollinger Band is the gap between the standard deviation and the candlestick. Let me explain that first. Okay, I'll be explaining in this itself. We'll be applying Bollinger Band. So you can see the period can be changed, that is 20, and standard deviation. Okay, here you have option of changing the simple and different moving averages, but simple moving average is the best in Bollinger Band because a standard deviation is being used. Now let's see this one. Here it can be seen exactly. I cannot find the trade where it's showing the deviation, the difference in the deviation. You can compare this one, but it's not clearer. I can explain what exactly I want to say about Bollinger Band. You can focus on this area. Please focus the cursor. You can go to any script and find this one, the proper one. I'm unable to find the proper one because I haven't got that before coming to the class. But see what exactly I'm telling about how to trade using this deviation. Here what happens is, this is a candle being formed. This is almost touching the lower band of Bollinger Band. And please see this candle, this red candle again, which is almost forming lower low than this candle. Please compare these two candles, this candle and this one. So just so I'm telling about this candle and this one. So what exactly, if someone is looking after price action, what exactly he will be finding is this stock is continuously moving to downside. It was a low being formed and the stock moved to another low being formed, but someone using Bollinger Band can treat it, can make interpret in a different way. That is, what exactly it suggests is, this is where it is almost touching with the lower band, and this is the candle where there is a gap between the lower band and the candle's close. So in trading language, what this candle suggests is, it tells the low made by this candle is more effective than the low made by this candle. This is a weaker low made by the candle. The low made by this candle might be lower than the low made by this candle, but this candle is suggested as a weaker low. You can write down, or else after class, please, just after class you go and find out this one, because if you'll be uh, waiting for Monday, then you might forget what exactly I was trying to tell. So this is being suggested as a weaker low than that of this one. So the interpretation here is, this low is not exactly the low of the market. From here the market may start reversing. So what exactly the same way it happened, you will find it nicely in charts. You please move on to different time frames. You will see this one, and how exactly this is working. This gives the signal of a weaker lowers making, and this gives signal of a change in trend. This is normally not being you will find many like videos, you will be finding this not being said, because Bollinger Band, which even I was, when entering to the trading, when I entered to trading, what I was thinking is like, this is being traded this way, this this is touching the upper level, so we need to place a buy again. But exactly this is, does not work. But this is what now I said about the weaker lower low. This is very effective and it even works. So two types of trading with Bollinger Band we have discussed. One is for breakout, that using Bollinger Band squeeze and Bollinger Band expansion. The other one is finding a weaker standard deviation from the mean, from the simple moving average. And the third one is a W and M pattern being formed inside a Bollinger Band. So again, I need to find a stock. Actually, sorry that I haven't prepared this before moving to class. What exactly I want to say is, if you will find a W pattern and a breakout with that, then again it's a effective trade. But again, to mention, the W which is being seen, let me explain, as because we are not able, I'm not able to find this one right now. I'll be sending you the charts. See, to my mouse cursor, See, if a candlestick pattern is being formed like this at this level, and how to trade this one, this is the W pattern and it breaks this pattern. But if you are at all a pro trader, you can place your order from this level when it started breaking this level. But if you will be waiting for this level, it can give you a proper signal after being waiting for the mean line, the simple moving average, the 20 SMA, the middle line of Bollinger Band being crossed. It gives very nice trading, and in case of M pattern, it is to be looked in the upper region again to trade after this being broke. And you will never find a proper W and proper M inside a Bollinger Band. You need to look that yes, this is almost forming a W pattern. See here, if I will be taking, this could be a W pattern, and this broke out till this level. As the stock was in a trading range, it was not proper, but this broke out to this level. So three ways of trading Bollinger Band. The first one is the most effective one, that is using for a breakout and with a chat pattern. If you are using Bollinger Band with a chat pattern, then be fearless and place your trade. If your chat pattern is also telling that yes, there is a breakout being the breakout is being seen and it can give you sooner, so you can place your trade by confirmation of Bollinger Band. That is, two things are used: BB squeeze and BB expansion. The second one is the deviation of lows. uh, Let me clear this one. I will be writing here. So the first one, as I said, that is breakout. The second one is the deviation from mean line to the standard deviation. So please, just after this class, please move into any chart and please find this one, because this one is very much effective to give you a signal of a small change in trend reversal. And the third one is finding a W and M pattern inside a Bollinger Band. So this is all about Bollinger Band. So what I am thinking is we'll stop here itself. We'll be moving to next indicators in next week. So for tomorrow, please be prepared with your notebooks and pen. Tomorrow, please have sufficient time with you, because from 7 p.m. What I am thinking, what I have gone through the details of what exactly is being to be covered tomorrow, it would take around almost 2.5 hours, I think. If there would be much interaction between you and Nissan, then it can move to 3 hours also. So from 7 to 10, please fix this time for tomorrow's session. And one more request, as today also everyone is present, apart from I think Siddharth sir is not present. So please, tomorrow also full attendance is required. And please, just moving after out from this class, just go and you can watch today or tomorrow morning itself. Few, please try to find few W and M patterns and the deviation, and you can post these charts. I'll be also doing that. So thank you for attending the class today.